Hello, welcome to High Ground Gaming. This is Eric, my co-host Mr. Brody. And I'm going to be doing another game for the 1978 Red Sox season. This is going to be a game from June 12th, where they return home from a West Coast trip to start a homestand, starting off against the California Angels. They took 2 out of 3 against Seattle, and they have a record of 39-19, which matches their record for the actual season, so they're right on pace with that. So today we'll have a game with, I believe it's Tom Griffen for the California Angels. Could be Todd Griffen, we'll see. Against Bill the Spaceman Lee for the Red Sox. So let's get this game underway.
Welcome to the stadium for today's ball game.
Alrighty, let's play ball. So Bill Lee takes the mound. He's got a record of 2-3 on the season with an ERA of 3.64, 82 innings pitched, 84 hits allowed, 24 walks and 19 strikeouts, and 9 homers allowed. He has won his last 2 decisions to improve his record to 2-3, after starting off 0-3. So he's improved as of late. Actual season was 10-10 with a 3.46 ERA. So the California Angels, Red Sox visited on the first leg of their road trip, will now come to Fenway. And it'll be a lineup of Ken Landreau, the right fielder, will bat first. Bobby Grich, the second baseman, bats second. Lyman Bostock, the center fielder, bats third. The cleanup hitter today is Joe Rudy, the left fielder. Ron Jackson, third baseman, bats fifth. DH is Merv Redmond. Batting 7th is Ron Faley, the first baseman. Shortstop Dave Chalk will bat 8th, and behind the plate batting 9th is Brian Downey. And I'll be right back as I'm going to go get my glasses. Alrighty, that's much better as we have our glasses now. So Bill Lee takes the mound. Ken Landreau will lead it off, hitting .261 with 2 homers and 13 runs batted in on the season. Lee looks in for the sign from Fisk. Here's the windup and the pitch. And it's going to be off Lee's 5 column. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Burleson should have this one. He'll get in front of it. Oh, it's going to be a rare play here. Nothing that exciting about that rare play. As Burleson retires him to Scott. Scott was playing first base today. So the Red Sox defense is probably their best defense of all, other than Brohammer at third. At second, Remy is out today again, for the second day in a row. But their outfield is definitely their best, and Scott at first base offers their best defense all around. If they had Brohammer at third, then that would be their best overall defense, and Remy at second. But the outfield is definitely their strongest outfield, all ones. So next up is Bobby Grich. He's hitting .223 with 2 homers and 24 runs batted in. And he'll be off Lee's 5 column again. And that's going to be a line out to Yastrzemski in left for out number 2. So 2 up and 2 down. Brings up Lyman Bostock, hitting .317 with 5 homers and 29 runs batted in. Already has as many home runs this season as he's had in 568 at-bats in only 218 at-bats. So again, once again, it's Bill Lee's 5 column. And that is going to be a hit. It's going to go all the way to the wall. And Bostock will have himself a 2-out double. As Lynn jumps for it, but cannot get to it. Next up, the cleanup hitter, Joe Rudy, with an RBI opportunity here. Hitting .292 with 5 homers and 14 runs batted in. Here's the windup and the pitch, and it's off the 4 column of Lee. And that's going to be a ground ball to Burleson. Should end the inning. And Burleson's up with it, over to Scott. For out number 3. So after 1/2, it's California nothing and Boston coming up. So Tom Griffen, we were right, is on the mound. He's got a record of 2-1 on the season with a 5.47 ERA. Also has 1 save, 26 innings pitched, 31 hits, 14 walks, and 15 strikeouts, and has surrendered 5 home runs. So the Red Sox lineup for today is as follows. Rick Burleson, the shortstop, will lead it off. Fred Lynn, center fielder, bats second. Jim Rice is the DH today, batting third. The left fielder, Kyle Yastrzemski, will bat cleanup. Batting fifth is Colin Fisk behind the plate. The first baseman is George Scott, batting sixth. Jack Broham, the second baseman, will bat seventh. Dwight Evans, the right fielder, bats eighth. And batting ninth is the third baseman, Butch Hobson. So the Rooster, Rick Burleson, leads it off, hitting .275 on the season with a homer and 21 runs batted in. It's going to be off of this 3 column. Just going to be a line out to his counterpart, Chalk, for out number 1. So that'll bring up Fred Lynn, hitting .295 with 15 homers and 46 runs batted in. Second on the team in homers and RBIs. It's going to be off Chalk's 5 column. Off Griffen's 5 column. Just going to be a ground ball to short. Chalk is a 3 range. And he'll get in front of it. And he will throw it on to Fairley for out number 2. So Jim Rice now up with 2 down and nobody on base. Rice is hitting .332 on the season with 22 homers and 57 runs batted in. Leads the Red Sox in both homers and RBIs, and average for that matter. So here's the windup in the pitch, and Rice is going to get a good pitch to hit here. See what he does with it. And that'll be off the mask of Downing, back in the box. And he's going to hit one a long way. Rudy's at the wall, and he'll leap and make the catch at the wall to deny Rice of extra bases there. So that'll be it for the Red Sox as they go in order in the first, and after 1 full, no score. Lee back out on the mound. Ron Jackson will lead it off. He's hitting .367 on the young season with 4 homers and 21 runs batted in and 20 RBIs. So off to an excellent start. See what he can do here. It's going to be off of his 3 column. And that'll be a base hit up the middle. So leadoff runner is on for the Angels here in the second. So that'll bring up Merv Rittman. He's the DH today. He's hitting .365 and 52 at bats with a homer and 12 runs batted in. This is going to be off Lee's 6 column. And that'll be a pop up to short. Burleson's under it and makes the catch for out number 1. So 1 gone and 1 on in the California second. Brings up Ron Fairley. Ron Fairley comes in the game hitting .243 with 4 homers and 18 runs batted in. And he'll line a single just past Scott. Oh, I don't know why it's asking us for this, so it must have switched us and it has us doing the deep Ninja in California. But I would think that they would not try with a 60% chance, so I will hold the runner. For some reason, it's having us manage the Angels. Yeah, it's not right. I don't know why it just doesn't stick with the same team, which I pick in the original. But sometimes I'll do that. It does that. So, alright, so runners on first and second with one down. For Dave Chalk, comes into the game hitting .313 with a homer and 11 runs batted in. Red Sox looking to turn two here. It's going to be off Lee's sixth column. Oh, and that's going to be a single to left. So he finds the single on Lee's column. And that will load the bases for the catcher, Brian Downing. So the Angels have the bases loaded with one down, threatening to score here. Fisk goes out and talks to Lee. Nods his head. Both of them not to go back to their positions. Here's the windup in the pitch by Lee. This is going to be off of the two column from Downing. And that will be a walk to force in a run. So a bases loaded walk. And the Angels are on the board, 1-0. So the Red Sox, I think, are going to play the defense in now. Defense. And then bring the corners in. So the corners are going to actually bring the whole infield. So bring the whole infield in there. Everybody's playing in. Make sure that registered. Okay. Alrighty, so the infield's playing in. Landreau up at the plate. And he'll get a good pitch to hit here. And he's going to lace a double to right field. So everybody's going to right field against against Lee. And we're going to throw for the lead runner as it's only a 55% chance. So we have a 45% chance of getting the runner out. And Chalk will score. So 2 runs come in. And the Angels now lead 3-0. On the 2-run single by Landreau. So I bring up Robbie Gritch, who flew out his first time up. And he'll pop it up to Burleson. He'll make the catch for out number 2. So to bring up Lyman Bostock, who doubled his first time up. And he'll hit a fly ball to Evans. He'll be under it and make the catch to retire the side. But the Angels score 3, and after 1.5, it's 3-0 California. So it'll be Yastrzemski, Fisk, and Scott up for the Red Sox here in the second. Now down by 3. It's going to be off the 6th column of Griffen. It's going to be a ground ball to Gritch, who is a 4 range. So 1-6 will be a hit. And he does get in front of it. And he'll make the play over to Fairley for out number 1. So that'll bring up Carlton Pudge Fisk. He's hitting .313 on the season, so he's been on a tear recently. 9 homers and 35 runs batted in. It's going to be off the 6th column. It's going to be a ground ball to Fairley. Fairley's a 3 range. 1-4 will be a hit. And it's going to be a hit for Fisk. As it gets past Fairley into right field. So seeing eye single for Fisk. So Red Sox have a runner with 1 out. Brings up George Scott playing first base today, hitting .273 with 3 homers and 12 runs batted in. And it's going to be off the 5 column of Griffen. And it'll be a ground ball back to the pitcher. He's a 2 range. He does commit a lot of errors, so see if he can handle this one cleanly. Oh, it's going to be a single though, as it's a 1. Single and a rare play there. Let's see what happens here. Over to Fairley first. Scott will beat it out. And nothing really much exciting there, as Scott has himself an infield hit. So runners on first and second with 1 down for Brohammer. Brohammer's hitting .267 on the season with 6 runs batted, batted in. And it's going to be off of his 2 column, which is his best column. And that will be a base hit to right. And we're going to hold Fisk at third. That will load the bases for Dwight Evans. Dwight Evans comes in the game hitting .266 with 9 homers and 27 runs batted in. And probably his worst column here, as Evans strikes out swinging for out number 2. So it'll be up to Butch Hobson, the number 9 hitter, hitting .298 with 7 homers and 28 runs batted in. The Red Sox are going to get on the board. See what happens here. It's going to be off of Hobson's 2 column, which is going to be a strikeout swing. So the Red Sox failed to score despite loading the bases with 1 down. And after 2 full, it's California 3 and Boston nothing. So Joe Rudy will lead it off. He grounded out his first time up. And he'll lace a single past Burleson into left field. So leadoff runner on for the Angels. Once again, brings up Ron Jackson. Average up to .372 after a single in the second, sorry. And he'll get himself his second hit of the game, a base hit up the middle. And Rudy will hold at second as throw comes into Hobson at third. So the first 2 runners on, first and second with nobody out. For Redmond, he popped out his first time up. And he'll ground with the Bro Hammer. Fire to first for out number 1. Rudy moves to third and Jackson to second. So 2 runners in scoring position for Fairley, who singled his first time up. And he's going to hit with the Bro Hammer. Makes a catch of the line drive, runners hold. Infield playing in, save that one. So that'll bring up Dave Chalk. He also singled his first time up. And he'll line up to Brohammer for out number 3. So the Angels do not score in the third. And the score remains California 3 and Boston nothing going into the bottom of the third. The Red Sox will have the top of the order: Burleson, Lynn, and Rice. It's going to be off the 4 column of Griffen, which is good for the Red Sox. And that'll be a base hit up the middle. So Burleson on will lead off single. We'll bring up Fred Lynn, who grounded out his first time up. And that's going to be another one off the 4 column. Right column, but wrong roll. As Landreau is going to make the catch at the wall, robbing Lynn of a home run there. So Lynn had the distance, but Landreau is right there and is able to leap and make the catch on the short wall. So 1 down now for Jim Rice, who flew out his first time up. And he'll lace a single up the middle. Burleson holds at second. So runners on first and second with 1 down for the captain, Kali Yastrzemski. Grounded out his first time up. It's going to be a range check on Fairley. He's a 3 range. And that is going to be a base hit. Fairley gets it back in. Yastrzemski takes a big turn, so that will... let's see what happened here. Line to first, base hit. Fairley gets it back in. Yastrzemski gets thrown out at first as he takes too wide of a turn. So Burleson will score from second, Rice from third. So Yastrzemski does get an RBI single, but is thrown out. Taking too wide of a turn. Rice moves to third. So 2 outs now. Red Sox on the board 3-1. Brings up Fisk, who singled his first time up. And he'll lace another single past Chalk. Rice will come in to score. So the Red Sox cut the lead to 3-2 now. Fisk with an RBI single. So that'll bring up George Scott, who had an infield hit his first time up. And he strikes out swinging. So that'll do it for the Red Sox in the third, but after 3, it's California 3 and Boston 2 now. So the Red Sox have closed the gap to 1. Going to be a Brian Downing, the number 9 hitter, up for the Angels. He had a bases loaded walk in the first to score the Angels' first run. In the second. And he'll line up to Brohammer this time for out number 1. Top of the order, Landreau up now. He had an RBI 2-run single in the second. 1 for 2 on the day. And this is a flyby out to center. Lynn ranges back and makes the catch. Oh, a diving catch by Lynn. Can't always tell by the way the ball goes out there. You got to kind of guess and then read the text. So Bobby Grich up now, 0 for 2. And he will hit a ground into Brohammer, throws over to Scott. And that'll do it for the Angels in the fourth. So the score remains California 3 and Boston 2. Brohammer will lead it off. He singled his first time up. And he's going to juice this one into the corner, right field corner. Landreau plays it back in, but not before Brohammer ends up at second with a leadoff double. So tying run in scoring position for Evans, who struck out his first time up. And Evans will get a good pitch to hit here. And he's going to hit this one all the way to the wall. It's going to bounce around into the corner. Brohammer will come in to score, and Evans is going to be at third with a triple. He had only a 10% chance of getting a triple there, 1 or 2 on the D20, and he rolled a 1. So Evans to third, now tied. So the go-ahead run is at third with nobody out for Butch Hobson, who struck out his first time up. And he'll ground out the chalk. Juggles it, looks Evans back over to first. So 1 down now for Rick Burleson, who's 1 for 2 with a single. And this should be deep enough to get the run home. Bostock will make the catch. And we're going to try to have a 75% chance. We're going to try to advance. And Evans will score. So Burleson with a sacrifice fly. Puts the Red Sox ahead 4-3 now. So that'll bring up Fred Lynn. He's 0 for 2 so far in the game. Made a great diving catch in the last game to save extra bases. It's going to be a range play on Grich, who's a 4. And he'll get in front of it. And make the play over fairly for out number 3. But the Red Sox put up a 2 spot and lead at 4-3 now. So after 4. So Lee back on the hill, this time with the lead. Bostock will lead it off. He's 1 for 2 with a double. And he'll pop one up. Scott has a beat on it and makes the catch for out number 1. Joe Rudy 1 for 2 with a single. Oh, and he'll lace the single up the middle. Hey, Miss Mags. What's up, Mr. Brody? Is that Miss Mags there? She giving you the trivia question for the 7th inning? Hope it's a good one. Alright, Ron Jackson, he's 2 for 2 with a couple singles, average up to 376 now. So runner on first with 1 out. And he will hit a fly ball to Evans in right. Evans drifts over and makes the catch. For out number 2. So let's look at some scores from other games. Seattle and Baltimore are tied at 1. Meyer has hit his 6th home run for Seattle. Milwaukee ahead of Detroit 6-1. Rodriguez enjoying a big Milwaukee lead. Oakland leads New York, which is good, 3-2. Keogh battling Guidry. Cleveland is crushing Chicago, 11-1. Waits in Cleveland are on cruise control, and Kansas City is edging Texas 1-0. Bird battling Jenkins. So 2 out. California 5th with Rudy on first for Merv Retman, who's 0 for 2. And that's going to be a ground ball to third. Hobson's up with it. Over to Scott. And that'll do it for Angels here in the 5th. So halfway through, it's the Red Sox 4 and California 3. So Jim Rice up now. He singled his last time up. And he'll get himself another single. The leadoff runner is on for the Red Sox in the 5th here for the captain, Kali Yastrzemski. Had an RBI single his first time up, but was thrown out, rounding the bag too far and then getting thrown out. And he'll have himself his second hit of the day. And we're going to hold Rice at second with nobody out. So the first 2 runners on for the Red Sox. Brings up Fisk, who's 2 for 2 with an RBI. Red Sox have 11 hits now. And he'll lace a single into right field. Rice will come home. Yastrzemski moves to third. So the Red Sox with 3 hits here in the 5th. Played another run. And lead it now 5-3 on the RBI single by Fisk. So runners at the corners for Scott. 1 for 2. And that will be it for Griffen. As the Roach is going to come on now in the bottom of the 5th. Roach has appeared in 22 games. It's a 2-0 record with a 1.57 ERA in 34 innings. The Red Sox threatening to score more here. And Roach gets him Scott's swing for out number 1. So the Red Sox now head 5-3 for Brohammer. Singled in the 2nd, doubled in the 4th. And he's going to hit a fly ball out to Rudy in the left. See if he can get under this one. And he'll get in front of it and most likely make the catch. See if it's deep enough to score Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski goes back to tag. And Yastrzemski comes home with the run number 6 for the Red Sox. So Brohammer with a sacrifice fly plates another run for the Red Sox, and they lead it now 6-3. So Evans up now. He had an RBI triple his last time up, 1 for 2. And he strikes out the second time. But the Red Sox plate 2 more, and after 5 full, lead at 6-3. So Bill Lee now to 91 pitches here in the 6th. Reds action in the Red Sox bullpen. Dick Drago's getting up to throw in the Red Sox pen. So Monfils will be up first. He's 1 for 2 with the run scored. We get a good pitch to hit here. And he'll lace a single up the middle. So leadoff runner on for the Angels. So Dave Chalk, 1 for 2 with a single. And he'll pop one up to Burleson at second. He'll make the catch for out number 1. So that'll bring up Brian Downing with 1 out and 1 on. He's 0 for 1 with an RBI. Bases loaded walk in the 2nd, sorry. And that's going to be a ground ball to short. Wilson over to Brohammer. Back to Scott. For the double play. And that'll do it for the Angels in the 6th. The Red Sox will have Hobson, Burleson, and Lynn up against the Roach. And Hobson will pop up to Fairley at first. He's now 0 for 3. So that'll bring up Rick Burleson. 1 for 2 with an RBI. And he'll ground out to Jackson, who'll throw over to Fairley at first for out number 2. Fred Lynn 0 for 3 on the day. And he'll fly out to right, and the Red Sox will go in order in the 6th. So after 6 full, the Red Sox doubling up on California 6-3. Lee back out there to start the 7th. To 105 pitches. And he's going to hit a fly ball to Yastrzemski in left. He should have this one. And Yastrzemski will make the play. In left for out number 1. makes a great. He actually made a diving catch on that one. Kind of anticlimactic there, but he will make a diving catch. Oh, Miss Maggs is making a revision to the 7th inning stretch question, giving Mr. Brody some advice there. So Bobby Grich up now. He's 0 for 3 on the day. And that'll be a 1-out walk. Gonna bring up Bostock, 1 for 3. Oh no, he's gonna ground one to Bobson at third. And he will make the play. Woo! See if they can turn 2. No, he's just gonna go to first. So 2 down now in the California 7th. He's up Joe Rudy, 2 for 3. And he'll waste his 3rd hit off of Lee. So runners on 1st and 3rd for Ron Jackson. The Red Sox are going to go to the pen here. So be up to 120 pitches as Zimmer comes in to pull Lee. And then Dick Drago, I think, is going to come in now. Yeah, Dick Drago will come in. Dick Drago comes in. He hasn't pitched in a little while. Has a record of 5-1 with 2 saves, 2.05 ERA, 26 innings pitched, 23 hits allowed, 8 walks and 13 strikeouts, and has surrendered 3 home runs. So 2 down now, looking to get Jackson, who's 2 for 3 on the day, has a couple of singles. Ooh, and he'll get a good pitch to hit here, though. And that's going to be over Lynn's head all the way to the wall. Grich is going to come in to score. Rudy is probably going to score. Nope. That's going to hold Rudy at second, so Jackson with the RBI double. So that'll bring up Dave Chalk 0 for 3. Merv Retman 0 for 3. Tying run in scoring position. And that will be in there for strike 3, so Drago gets him. So Angels plate 1, but that's it. 7th inning stretch time as the Red Sox lead at 6-4. So here's the trivia question. Who holds the National League record of 450 total bases in one season? I don't know. I'm going to go with Stan Musial. So, 450 total bases in one season. It's either going to be Stan Musial or Willie Mays I'm going to go with. But Stan Musial will be my guy. So lock in your answers. Here's the trivia question. Rogers Hornsby, 1922. So a very good question there, Mr. Brody and Miss Maggs. Thank you for that question. As the Red Sox bat here in the bottom of the 7th. Jim Rice up now, 2 for 3 with a couple of runs scored. Roach back out there on the hill for the Angels. And it'll be a fly ball to left as Rudy's under it and makes the catch for out number 1. Let's look at some other scores. Baltimore would lead over Seattle 4-1. Milwaukee pounding Detroit 8-1. Yankees have pulled ahead of Oakland now 4-3. Cleveland all over the White Sox 17-1. Kansas City leading Texas 1-0. And here Boston leads California at 6-4. Yastrzemski up now with 2 down. 2 for 3 with an RBI. And he's going to lace one into the gap between Bostock and Landreau. This one will go to the wall. Yastrzemski with his 3rd hit of the day. So 1-out double for the captain. Brings up Fisk, 2 for 3 with a couple of RBIs. 3 for 3 with a couple of RBIs. 3 singles. And they'll get Fisk for the first time. It's a called 3rd strike for out number 2. That'll bring up the boomer, George Scott, 1 for 3. And they're going to intentionally walk Scott to face Brohammer. Not sure if that's the smartest move, as Brohammer's 2 for 2 with a double and a sacrifice fly. It's going to be after 1 column. And that'll be a pop-up to Jackson at 3rd to retire the side. So apparently it did prove to be good strategy as Brohammer pops it up to 3rd. The Red Sox lead stays at 2 as we head to the 8th. Drago back out on the hill. Fairly up now. 2 for 3. And he'll fly out to Evans for out number 1, so 1 out in the California 8th inning. So Angels down their last 5 outs. That'll bring up Dave Chalk. 1 for 3 with a single back in the 2nd. And he'll hit a grounder to Hobson. Throws it over to Scott for out number 2. So Brian Downing up now with 2 outs and nobody on. And that'll be a pop-up in front of the plate. Fisk calls for it, has it, and makes the catch. 2 to the side, so the Angels go in order in the 8th. So that'll bring up Dwight Evans to lead it off for the Red Sox in the bottom of the 8th. Evans is 1 for 3 with an RBI triple. And he'll strike out for the 3rd time today. So 1 down in the Red Sox 8th. Brings up Hobson, 0 for 3. And make that 0 for 4 as he grounds out to Jackson. So that'll bring up Butch Hobson, 1 for 3 with an RBI. Be a range playing for Rich at 2nd. Burleson will have his 2nd hit of the day as Rich is unable to make the play. As Burleson beats it out for an infield single. So I bring up Fred Lynn, 0 for 4 on the day. I think it's going to get a good one to hit here. It's going to hit a fly ball out to right. Manjo's in front of it. And he will make the catch to retire the side. So we'll head to the 9th with the Red Sox holding on to a 6-4 lead. Let's see. Do we leave Drago in? Let's see how many saves he's got on the season. Does he have any saves? He's got 2 saves already. I think he had 7 on the season, so I think we'll leave him in, try to get the save here. So top of the order, Landry, 1 for 4 with a couple of RBIs. And he'll start it off with a leadoff single. So let's bring up Bobby Grich, 0 for 3 with a walk. As Tony Salita is going to come to pinch hit for him. Salita's hitting .250 on the season in 40 at-bats with 4 runs batted in. So he'll ground out the 3rd. Hobson will get in front of it, but will he make the play? No. Ugh. Hobson will throw it wild. Landro takes 3rd, Salita to 2nd, so tying runners in scoring position now. Nobody out. Red Sox got to play the infield in. Infield is in now for Bostock, who's 1 for 4 with a double. And Don Baylor is going to pinch hit. No, Don Baylor is going to pinch run actually at 2nd. Okay. In. There we go. And it's going to be off this 1 column. Oh, and they're going to hit him. We're going to hit Bostock to load the bases. Oh boy. And that's going to be it for Drago. As Bob Stanley is going to come in. The Red Sox bullpen again in trouble here. Stanley comes in with a record of 1-2, 11 saves, 2.58 ERA, 45 innings pitched, 47 hits allowed, 10 walks and 16 strikeouts, and a surrendered 4 home runs. So Joe Rudi has singled in each of his 3 at bats. So he's 3 for 4. Red Sox got to play that infield in. Still nobody out. And he finds the walk. Unbelievable. The only thing on that column that was bad, and he hit it. And it was the rarest one too, the 2-2. I mean the 2 roll on the 2d6 roll. Unbelievable. Gotta bring him in again. So the hottest hitter on the Angels up now, Ron Jackson, hitting .377. Today is 3 for 4 with a double and an RBI. So Stanley and Fisk converge. Burleson and Scott also come in. Go back to their positions. Here's the windup in the pitch. Infield playing in. And that's going to be a... Oh, man. Because they brought it in, that's going to be a base hit. So the Angels have scored 3 off the Red Sox pen, who blows another save. Credit that one to Drago. No, actually, the Stanley actually gets the blown save. Drago will get the loss, unless the Red Sox can come from behind. The Red Sox have surrendered 3 here, but it's not over yet, as they're still in trouble. Field's still playing in. Oh, man. Oh, now be a ground ball. The Red Sox will turn 2. Another run comes in, though, as Rudi scores. What happened there? Oh, actually, because they decided not to go for 2 as they look Rudi back. So the run does not come home. So they only get the 1 runner in. So I think we're going to... we're going to intentionally walk fairly to load the bases. Gotta. So that'll load the bases. Red Sox will play the infield in for Dave Chalk. There's 1 for 4, the run scored. Squeeze play. Oh, so the Angels try a squeeze play, and Rudi comes home. As the Angels now lead 8-6. Brings up Brian Downing with 2 down. And Lingle should make the play here. But the Angels put up a 4 spot here in the 9th as the Red Sox bullpen blows it. And the Red Sox are down by 2 going to the bottom of the 9th. They were up by 2 coming into the inning and down by 2 going into the bottom of the 9th. The Red Sox with work to do here, as Drago and Stanley are awful, especially Stanley. So that'll bring up Carl Hartzell in to try to record the save. He comes in with a 1-0 record with 1 save, 5.92 ERA, 24 innings pitched, 30 hits allowed. So he's been far from perfect. 4 walks and 12 strikeouts and 3 home runs allowed. So the Red Sox will have Rice, Yastrzemski, and Fisk, the heart of the order, needing 2 runs. Jim Rice, 2 for 4 with 2 runs on the day. Oh, and he'll get a good pitch to hit here. Oh, man. And he is unable to get it done on that 60% chance there. Actually, 80% chance. No, 70% chance. He's unable to get it as he's retired for out number 1. Brings up Yastrzemski, who's hot today, 3 for 4 with a double. And that will be a ground ball to Chalk. So the Red Sox down to their last out here. For Carlton Fisk, he's been hot today, 3 for 4 with a couple of runs batted in. And that'll be a fly ball to center, and this is going to do it as the Red Sox fall to the Angels in Game 1 of the series by a score of 8-6 after the Red Sox bullpen blows it. No, actually, yeah, we are done. Let's get this box score in and get out of this game. Unbelievable. As the Red Sox bullpen allows the Angels to score 4 runs in the top of the 8th and 9th. So Drago takes the loss. So that's weird. He gets a hold and a loss. It's interesting. I think that was effective if you blew the game, get the loss. I didn't think you could have a hold and a loss in the same game, but I guess you can. So Bill Lee was not stellar, but 6 2/3 innings, 10 hits allowed, 4 runs, all of them earned, 2 walks and no strikeouts. Was unable to get the win because of Drago and Stanley. Stanley gets his 4th blown save on the season. Dave LaRoche gets the loss in relief, pitching 4 innings, allowing only 2 hits with 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. Tom Griffen only lasted 4 innings, allowed 12 hits, 6 runs, all of them earned, 3 strikeouts. So the Angels are able to get Tom Griffen out of the doghouse there. Hartzell gets his 2nd save, pitching a scoreless 9th. So the Red Sox offense was great. They got 14 hits, 6 runs. Burleson was 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Rice was 2 for 5 with a couple of runs scored. Yastrzemski 3 for 5 with a run scored and an RBI. Fisk 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Scott 1 for 3. Brohammer 2 for 3 with a run scored. Evans 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. And Butch Hobson was hitless, and Fred Ling were both hitless on the day. 0 for 5 for Ling and 0 for 5 for Hobson. The Angels, Ken Landreau 2 for 5 with a run scored and 2 RBIs. Joe Rudy 3 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Ron Jackson, the big hit in the 9th there. He was 4 for 5 with a run scored and 3 runs batted in. Fairley 2 for 4 with a run scored. Chalk 1 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. And Downing 0 for 4 but with an RBI. So I think we're going to give the player of the game to Ron Jackson, who was 4 for 5 with a run score with 3 runs batted in. So he had a double, also a double. So that is going to do it as the Red Sox fall to the Angels. In real life, they actually won the game 10-9. So they will fall 1 game behind their pace, and their record is now 39-20. Let's check our standings now. So with the loss, the Red Sox lead is now only 2 over Milwaukee. The Yankees will also won and Milwaukee win, so they both gain a game on the Red Sox. So 2 games ahead of the Brewers and 6 ahead of New York now with the win. And Kansas City also won. So California's ahead of Texas now, as Texas has lost 3 in a row. So the Angels are 2.5 out of first place, and Texas is 3.5 out of first place. So that'll be it. Let's check out to see who's going to be pitching the next game. So game 2 of the series. The Red Sox will send Jim Wright to the mound against Chris Knapp for the Angels. So we'll see you in the next game. Thank you for joining us. And God bless, says Mr. Brody. Say bye to everybody. Say goodnight. Bye-bye now.